There's this persistent myth that goldfish only see in black and white. But if you ask me, they're far more fortunate than we are because they can see things we can't, like this. As it turns out, goldfish can see both infrared and ultraviolet light. And today we're going to find out what that means for them and what we might be able to learn from their special vision. But there are plenty of wavelengths outside of that rainbow, like the infrared light that's just beyond our red end of the visible spectrum and the ultraviolet light that sits just beyond our violet. To figure out how this works, researchers at the University of Lincoln in the UK set up an experiment where they shone different colored lights onto a group of goldfish and then recorded the fish eye movements. Goldfish eyes move around really fast when they see something interesting, so it was easy for the researchers to tell which wavelengths the fish could see. They have adapted to see infrared light, which allows them to hunt delicious bugs in the dark, and then some of these opsins are also sensitive to infrared and ultraviolet light, allowing the fish to see those colors too. So the common goldfish, which were selectively bred by humans for certain looks and behaviors, ended up with 7 opsins. And certain breeds of goldfish, like the famous red-cap orandas, actually have 8. The exact number of opsins varies between individuals and even between breeds of goldfish. Some goldfish have 8 opsins and can see even more colors than others, and gives them an edge over other predators who rely on moonlight or starlight to find their prey. As more and more light gets added to our night sky, it's becoming harder and harder for nocturnal animals like lemurs to find food and avoid predators. By studying how goldfish, who see both infrared and ultraviolet light, are affected by light pollution, we can learn how to make artificial lights that are less disruptive to the animals who share our planet. Instead, goldfish rely on their sense of smell to find food, and their lateral line system, which senses vibrations in the water, to detect predators. Their vision isn't as important to them as it is to us. This protein is a type of opsin, which is found in the cells that detect light in your eyes. Thanks to their special eyes, goldfish can help us in the fight against cancer. You see, the protein that helps goldfish see infrared light is similar to a protein found in human skin cancer cells. By studying how these proteins work, we can develop better ways to identify and treat skin cancer in humans. Instead, it seems like these abilities may have been kind of a side effect of domestication. There are different types of opsins, and each opsin can detect different wavelengths of light. Most animals only have 3 opsins, which is how most animals end up seeing in only a tiny slice of the color spectrum. But goldfish have 7 of them, which is how they can see so much more. And while we can't see these wavelengths ourselves, lots of other animals can. Most animals, including us humans, only get to see a tiny sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum, just enough to create the rainbow of colors we're all familiar with. Take, for example, the nocturnal primates of Madagascar, the lemurs. But back to goldfish. They are one of the few animals that can see both infrared and ultraviolet light. But it wasn't what you might expect. You see, in general, the bigger an animal is, the bigger its eyes are, and bigger eyes are better at detecting subtle changes in color. That's why big cats like tigers and lions have such intense, brilliant colors, while small ones like your pet cat don't. The results showed that goldfish could indeed see both infrared and ultraviolet light. But goldfish eyes are pretty small, and yet they can still see a lot of colors. Thanks to a special protein called SWS1, these 7 opsins allow goldfish to see all the colors that we do. And scientists think that domestication may play a role in how many opsins a goldfish has. In the wild, most fish have 4 opsins, but unlike most other animals that have evolved to see more colors, goldfish don't use their extra opsins for things like finding food or attracting mates. When you live in a pond in someone's backyard, you're not really relying on your eyesight to find food or detect predators. So having all these opsins isn't really an advantage for the fish, but it sure is an advantage for us. Goldfish can also help us understand the effects of light pollution. We humans can't see infrared or ultraviolet light, but thanks to animals like lemurs and goldfish, we can appreciate the beauty of a full range of colors, both in the natural world and in the artificial one we create. Speaking of colors, have you ever wondered what the color of your clothes says about you?